Saturday Showdown. PRX 대 광동 픽스.
Doran on the TF. Well, there you go. More lockdown, more follow-up, and some side lane threat.
And Rakan as the final answer here from Ondil. That feels a bit iffy, to be honest. Obviously, is some very nice hard engage. You already have the Sejuani, so a decent amount of follow-up to add some more CC into your composition. Might struggle, I would say, in this bottom lane, though.
What's comp? Can be tough to pilot.
We'll see how it does go as we hop into the Rift for game number 1. On Malay Esports. 하나, 둘, 셋.
Malay. Fighting!
광동 Freaks. 하나, 둘, 셋.
광동 Freaks. Fighting!
Great movie. Had a good time on our esports weekend, but now happy to be back here in the swing of things at the LCK. Back live, hoping for no issues. It's not going to be a fun lane for him, and even if it goes relatively even, which it probably shouldn't, still the TF is going to get ahead on gold because of his passive. You have a very early gank flash on into Viper, but a very nice headbutt and a pulverized Viper still does have to flash, as a ton of damage does go into him, and a nice little setup early from the side of Kwangdong Freaks. And Aatrox can maybe make a play, although Peanut is up here already, in fact, in a very aggressive spot. Ooh. And now Zeka gonna spot Cuz, but will be forced to... Never mind, actually. Doesn't have Spirit Rush at all. Now he's just gonna get in there aggressively as immediate ult comes in to stop Doran on the ult himself, as another charm will have to be flashed. And everybody avoids going down.
Oh, not 100% sure if that would have hit, but because he doesn't want to take the risk, I do think that's the right call because this buys Dudu a little bit of time. Interesting there is that they're not actually able to collapse either team. I think Bulldog was also looking for a play.
Oh, the flash forward, and it should be good, but no follow-up here from Peanut as rocks hit the ground. And yeah, that's the Lee Sin and Talia you were talking about. Now going farther ahead, Cuz was in the enemy jungle as Fate's Call will have to be used. Might even try to go for the 2v3 here. They do have the follow-up from Peanut from the river, but just a bit too far away. That's generally not what happens in that lane. Actually, rarely, if ever. As now, Viper will be forced to flash and cleanse to get out of this one. Now Delight, he doesn't have Fate's Call. He's got Peanut, though. Flash on in, and the chains are going to land on a Viper. He's in a lot of trouble as the Ren will not help him. His first blood as Bull sets that one up excellently. Ondil does steal the kill away as now Bulldog is here, but the damage on the Cuz is going to be enough. And this play from Delight is huge. Allows the Q to land from the side of Peanut as well. As Delight's just going to press that R button, but they are not following onto Ondil.
Yeah. As they do get a second Drake here, so kills favorable. And Onwa Life also should be able to pick up some bronze. Oh boy.
Dude is in a lot of trouble here as he's just going to be stun locked to death. I mean, not much he can do in that scenario with the Light there as well. But with the Light in the top lane, now Bull just gets to get a bunch of plates and Viper can't lane. You're right.
Oh, Peanut.
TP coming in as well. Dudu in a bit of trouble. Still does not have flash.
He's dead.
The kick is not going to allow the Q follow-up, but I don't think it matters. As waits for the charm, and they're trying to give this kill over to someone, and he's just healing. Doran will be able to pick up the kill eventually. As finally, Bulldog did go down to the bottom lane. Yeah, the RE, the fact that Zeka is getting fed, it's going to feel really nice, especially we got the Bramble Vest coming in for Cuz. I guess he's going Thornmail first again, which we have been scratching our heads at for a while. I mean, yes, it is ADTF and Lee Sin and Kalista, but Zeka just basically gets to kill everybody. If you are not going to build any MR, especially if you're going to go for that item first. As many as you possibly can. You don't have a lot of guys building into resistances just yet, but eventually if you can get Mountain Soul, that would be pretty huge. As Doran, yeah, you can still get hit by that. It doesn't matter that you're behind the Rift Herald. He can still hit you with his ult, as was showcased there.
It's not going to be the end of the world. They are going to go.
And he can also TP in, and look at this. Zeka is just 100-0, and he can't do anything to CC'd from beginning to end of his life as now Delight.
It's gone.
Flash to Fate's Call? And they're going to get the Mountain Drake, so Kwangdong Freaks, a pretty massive play as Malay Esports decided, no, we're just going to take this in front of you. Should be fine, right? It absolutely wasn't. I'd say with the nameplates on in this game so far, I might favor Kwangdong Freaks, to be honest. Peanut is getting chunked out here, but you are right, like in general, the nameplates are there. We'll see if they can pull something back.
Yeah, based on gameplay, I'm with you, Valdez.
Yeah. So far in this one, Zeka knocked up. Got to be careful. I mean, you get 1 CC on you. The follow-up is going to be huge. Spirit rushing forward, charming the Sejuani. Yeah, I mean, they are going to make their way over here. Edge of Night is popped on that side. The wall does come down. They get the engage once again, and Zeka, nowhere for him to run, nowhere for him to hide. Peanut barely going to get away. As the jungler of Humble Life is so low, Viper doing his best to try to carry this one. Bull does get pretty low, but that's Delight now flashing away. Dudu trying to go on a 1v2 here. Not looking good for him. He is going to be taken out, and those 2v1 heroics from the side of Humble Life might just do it here, as the Drake does go over to Kwangdong Freaks, though. Can they get away with this Mountain Soul alive is really the question. Pushing forward as the stun here onto Delight is good, but a bit of a hurt place here for the side of Bulldog, cuz just desperately wants to survive. But again, they got the Mountain Soul.
And with Cuz alive, I don't know if they can actually try and make a play for Baron. The health bars are so low. Dudu is going to come up in 15 seconds, and Cuz has health and is smite. This is basically a game flip for Humba, recognizing that if they don't get Nash now, and you play against this Soul, winning the game is going to be extremely hard. Teleport is available here. Dudu might go towards the top wave. No, he's just TPing right in!
He's going right for the throat. Let's see if it can work out. They got to get in that pit as Cuz gets charmed, and he can't get in the pit, actually. And now the true damage is coming in. That's a bit of a disaster now for Kwangdong Freaks, as Ondil in a lot of trouble. That's going to be the reset on the Rend, as here comes Viper looking for more as they pick up a bunch more kills and the Baron.
And I don't know how much cheating Humble Life is going to be able to do here.
I do think that passage of play does give me a little bit more faith for Hanwha, but maybe I immediately curse them. Charm is pretty good from the side of Zeka. He's just going to dash away. Here comes Doran, maybe trying to set something up, but Kwangdong Freaks, they look for it, they don't get much, and they back away. Just trying to delay as much of this Baron power play as possible, you would imagine. Although now trying to get in there and steal the blue is Hanwha. There's Peanut with the kick, but that's an Aatrox. Do they have the damage? The answer is absolutely yes, with Zeka and Doran pretty fed at this point in time. The follow-up comes in, and this broken fight is so good for the side of Humble Life Esports. They pick them apart one by one, and now it's only Talia left alive, as Kwangdong Freaks have well and truly fallen apart in this one.
They felt like it was an opportunity. They felt like they could go for this type of scrappy fight, but as you point out, Velas, like that's where the Humble Life composition shines. When you have these little 2v2s, 3v3s, Lee and Ari in particular, the amount of mobility they have is unmatched. That might just be it.
Game is just over. Okay, well, he's got the Zhonya's. He is going to delay some time, but I'm not sure about that headbutt. Might not matter as the autos come in from the side of Doran. The turret will fall, and as long as they hit the Nexus, Humble Life Esports will end the game in 27 minutes.
Their schedule ad is quite gruesome. Like the amount of value you're going to get from Tenacity against that combo is a little bit scary. Oh god!
Stand behind Braum.
Oh, that's the stuff of dreams. That R5 Braum into a composition like Kwangdong, which is basically just short range outside of Syndra, who really gets mitigated.
On the side of Humble Life Esports, that could have some nice value, as we are just about ready to hop onto the Rift for game number 2.
Kwangdong Freaks, do it safe. Kwangdong Freaks, fighting.
Humble Life Esports, do it safe.
Humble Life Esports, fighting. And there are a lot of pairings right now that he does decently well. Obviously, Lucian and Braum is a throwback that used to be a thing for a really long time. Oh, Bulldog.
Yeah, he is in a lot of trouble. Level 3 Ralph coming on in. He is going to attempt to run south to his jungler, and with Cuz here, might be able to trade this one back, as Peanut very carefully is going to check that brush and see his worst fears.
That's a pretty big window when it comes to health. Even worse, and there is no help for him. This does mean that they do know, Cuz isn't here.
They're coming on in as, okay, that's going to be the knock-up and the stun follow-up. Peanut takes a massive amount of damage for the turret as they totally messed that one up, and Doran is not going to be able to secure the kill. Dudu will feel very happy with his first blood.
You cannot just flash over the wall and think that you're going to be okay. Oh, Andil tanking 2 turret shots there, but he is Leona. He does have Eclipse. Otherwise, definitely would have been in a lot of trouble there. Not the best of trades. Bot lane was going, I think, quite solid here early on. But yeah, that's the value of Braum. I really want to hear what Dudu has to say about this.
He said, oh, it's not good. Oh, I got him. So a quick turnaround. Speaking of which, we go back into live and a quick turnaround here onto Cuz, who is just isolated and taken out. A lot of CC between those two. He deserves it.
Is it the ultimate power move, or is it just Zeka starting it up? It's just Zeka starting it up.
And then he did it.
And then he still does it. I don't even know if they really needed to at that point. But he did it. And ended up getting...
He's going lands here, and Andil, yeah, he's pretty tanky, but Fate's Call going to have to be utilized anyway. And, I mean, Delight's not even level 6. Viper did hit his, and that's going to be a big win for the Homolife Esports bottom lane.
They took no damage.
Yeah. Stand behind Braum.
They're just both full health. But with Braum, I just accept what you are. Just stand there, menacingly.
It's true. And again, you know, the Aurelia is going to have a nice matchup into this Aatrox. We weren't saying that it wasn't a good matchup, more so that unexpected, as now the World Ender comes out, but will it be enough to survive against Doran? Yes, it will, just barely, as Doran also takes a turret shot and will back away from the play.
Actually able to keep this Kalista really down in the early laning phase, and unlike the last game where we saw Viper really be able to pull ahead when we got to the fights, still was able to hit a Terminus spike relatively early. The team fights aren't really going to get better for Bull. There is so much zone control. Andil isn't 6 just yet.
They're trying to get in there. It's pretty difficult to land that one onto a Kalista, and Bull just kind of walks away from it. Kind of an awkward spot here. Did get pretty low. Nice amount of poke coming out from Dudu, and Cuz is looking to set this one up, has his ult available. He's not going to commit to the stun flash.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, Doran's probably still in a bit of trouble. He's going to clear the wave as Aurelian does, but that stun once again is going to miss. But eventually you just flash on him and kill him, and down will go Doran. And both the mid laners on similar amounts of health. Dudu now trying to just dash over the wall, but Peanut is so fast already here and is going to throw down the Magnet Storm, and down will go Dudu. Just sticking around for a bit too long and gets caught by the teleport and Peanut.
Because he is in this vicinity, but is he actually going to help out his lane, cover this crash? He's waiting.
Oh, just the run forward from Viper as he will cleanse afterwards immediately. Here is Cuz as the two junglers do butt heads, but Bull is out of this fight already, as is Andil, as Zeka going to force that flash, and now the flash forward from Delight. He's going to set up the play as Viper as well is continuing to run this one down. It should be a couple of kills here for the side of Homolife as they do dive the turret very successfully.
The Braum leveling, I will be very disappointed.
It has been a while since we've seen Braum,
but disappointed.
So, yeah, that's sometimes even worse. Andil, he misses the engage. Now he's totally out of position here, does not have his flash, and he is just gone. Level 7 Leona not able to do much at all. And so will just be a free Drake here to Homolife. TPs are coming in. They definitely want to fight over this one. As now, bit of poke is coming down. We will have Doran grouping up with this one. We'll try to provide a front line for the team alongside a Peanut. Flank coming in. Oh, that's going to be the route down onto the Syndra, as now here comes Dudu. Viper in a bit of trouble, but he flashes away from the Aatrox, and that should be good. Dudu is in the back line there, but a massive shockwave catches two of them. Azongo will be saved, thrown back in by himself, as Doran did buy a lot of time, but is it enough? I don't know. That front line is down for the side of Homolife Esports, and that will be the Dragon over to the side of Kwangdong Freaks. As much value in that extended fight as now Braum is going to be engaged upon. He is rooted up here as now Peanut trying to help out his teammate, but gets caught himself. A double stun comes in from Andil, is perfectly placed as the Shockwave just trying to deny this one. Doran going in 1v5 immediately, just going to be burst to smithereens. As down he will go, and now Quantum Freaks 5v3 will try to go for this Baron. Yeah, This is going to be another straight up 5v5, it looks like, as Dudu, when is he going to TP in? There it is. Damage already coming in. Ondil's got a nice little flank once again. And that north wall of the Baron has been a bit of an issue for the side of HLE Esports. Delight is holding up the wall, but Viper, he gets isolated in the backline. He's just dead, and the Varus damage is totally taken away. It's an absolute wipe to the side of Quantum Freaks, led by Dudu. As Bull, he just gets to hop around. Nobody can stop him because the entire front line is gone. And this might just be a straight-up ace. It's only Delight that is left available. And he will be taking out a clean ace to the side of Guangdong Freaks.
2 games in a row. And there he just absolutely annihilates Viper right from the get-go. Bulldog, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? No, wait, it does.
What?
They are... Oh, Viper. Viper!
Oh, thankfully he has a disengage cone to survive. Dudu is isolated now on the top side. He's all alone. And yes, he is a fed Aatrox. He is surviving for about 8 years and nearly takes Zeka with him, but that is a big pick already from HLE Esports onto the Aatrox. At this point in the game, Ondil pretty tanky. He's just going to go in and face check this one, trying to engage onto that backline and set it up, and now has the Fate's Call to survive, and Peanut is caught out. They finally get it done. They make a play as a team, and they catch the enemy jungler.
They did a thing! They did a thing, Valdez! They found someone, and then they went... Was that the ideal move, trying to engage in the choke point into Brom? Doesn't matter, because you have Bull's ultimate. You swoop Ondo out of there, and now there's no jungler. This objective should go the way of Guangdong.
Okay, they want to go for the turn here. Delight is very far ahead of his team, but he is going to flash away. A near steal from Zeka, but the smite going to ring true. Shockwave going to be pretty difficult to steal that one, I think, at this point.
No. That's what makes me scared, Valdez. HLE is still contesting this.
They're pushing their way through. The vision here pretty decent for the side of Guangdong Freaks. Is over the wall they go. Cuz has got a nice angle. He's going to find Viper, who is just running away. And he is going to be forced to cleanse already. As we've seen this positioning before. Dude's got a very nice flank angle.
Try and look for an angle through mid here. If the minions keep on pushing, if they stall it long enough.
I mean, Dudu is going to once again find the flank, you would imagine. Double stun comes in, but now they're looking for the flip as this flank is a bit late. And now it is going to go to the Rel as you would expect. Doran is in the backline, going to push Bull away from this fight, but he does get taken out. As now the flash forward, the double stun comes in, but can they realistically engage? They're away from their base though. They're being corralled into the alcove. As for members here, some low health bars on the side of Quantum Freaks as well, but Delight is barely standing. Trying to engage now onto Cuz, and he will just flash away from this one. As the fight will begin, the flash forward from Dudu should be good. As Ondo will go down, and a bit of damage goes into Dudu, but it's not going to stop the reset from coming out. As Cuz is on the chase, and he will, in fact, solo be able to take away Viper, and that should be the game from here as Dudu will charge down the mid lane.
And in the end, Guangdong is going to find the decisive fight that they were looking for. Absolutely pivotal here. They took their time. They were just looking for the perfect angle, Valdez. And now Dudu gonna be ending the game here leisurely by himself. He's taking a little while, but what an important win for Guangdong here in this game against HLE. Yeah, there were some very easy things to point towards for HLE. As per usual, it wasn't Viper. He was fine. Could have been an angle, of course. You can go for R4 Alistair here if you're Guangdong. This isn't exciting at all, but kind of a no-brainer, honestly, when we think about it. Ball delivery system, I don't think you have anyone that is truly exceptional, but you can use the amount of CC that's available.
So we'll see how that goes for them as we are ready to hop onto the Rift for game number 3.
Very big weeb.
A weeby friend.
That is me.
Are you a weeby friend?
I am a weeby friend. I'd like to think so, at least. The friend part, the weeby part is kind of self-explanatory.
So, Thresh, generally pretty good into Nautilus. Can handle Nautilus engages pretty well. And the cancel this time is not going to work out as he does get played back, and Ando will take a bunch of damage. And a Q to the face, and nearly does lose his life, but did have a nice little biscuit to keep him alive.
Dudu might be in trouble, though, as he's about to find out.
Ghost coming on in, and Dudu is in a ton of trouble, especially with the knockup coming in. He's just going to hit the minions because he knows that he is first-blooded. Very nicely set up there from Doran, and Peanut to secure the kill.
Straightforward, like point-and-click champions are both just genuinely top tier in Pro. It's very funny to me as Zeka will not have to invest his own ultimate. So Bulldog got to be down in ultimate at least for now as Peanut.
Peanut's here, but Bull is Zeri still. Denying CS, denying a cannon, even going to do some poke damage in, and maybe even a kill onto Ondil as they extend that one very far down into the box. And that's going to be the end of the Nautilus. That way, when you get Chains of Corruption, you just cleanse away. Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble here. We got a TP coming in as well. And he's trying to get over the wall, follow with the ult, but Peanut will flash away. But Cuz will take that trade any day of the week and now can get started on his own Void Grubs. Trying to take 6 of his own, or rather 5, I guess, as I remember now. Peanut did take the first one, and it'll be a lot like game number 2. But unfortunately, it does mean that Andal has to be the one engaging, right? Otherwise, you will just never be able to proc your Aftershock. He finally gets it here, but he's already dead. It's just too much time spent in the box.
Uh-oh.
And in the penalty box he has been this entire game. 0-2, and another kill will go towards Hama Life Esports. A second Drake, and it's Hex Tech Soul again. Wow. Hama Life Esports in a very comfortable spot in this game.
Ondil's never seen Fresh, man. Like, he's like, what is this champion?
Yeah.
How is this not picked more often?
Speaking of dark technology, this game has been just a whole lot of hide on bush. The timing there for Zeka, very unfortunate. Leaves right as Bull face checks that. Got another knock up here. Another all-out will come in, followed by the World Ender just to fly away with those big wings.
Oh, boy.
It's time to Light and Peanut are on the chase. Dudu is pretty far away, but with the flash forward, he is going to get it and even predicts the dash, and that'll be the end of Dudu, as rather the predicted flash will not save him this time. To counteract it, as we do have a TP coming in, Kwangdong Freaks trying to make a big play on this Rift Herald, and looks like Hama Life just say, okay, go ahead, take it, you know. Half-hearted Q thrown in from Peanut, they don't really care. As a bit of damage is going to go into Ondil, he will barely avoid his death sentence for the third time.
It's TP like, hey, we can back off, which I'm happy about.
Okay.
No flash.
No flexing? It's just like, no, this is just a normal day in the office for me.
Direction to go in, so of course I'm gonna get it. And Delight is looking great on this one, but he might be a bit caught out this time around. They are gonna get the kill, and there's no follow-up in the damage. And here comes Doran in the backline, and this time he can go 1v4. He's got his team with him. He is playing Cassante. This is a total wipe in favor of Hama Life Esports, Cuz desperate to kill the Thresh, and he can't even do that, as Delight will survive, and it's basically a clean ace.
Even if they are in the head, it's going to be looking for.
Just begging his team to get him. Almost definitely going to go in favor of Hama Life Esports with how far ahead they are. Although, they might just, oh god, he just had his soul ripped out of him. Poor Ondil pulled away from any form of safety. And that'll be his 4th death, as Viper will collect the kill. Cassante really struggling nowadays. You know, we don't often see him.
I will personally, I will find someone and have them buff blast cones, Valdez. Do not toy with me.
Not more blast cones, please. Nothing else. Anything else. We got another hook in here, Delight. You've already got enough POG votes, I think, at this point. He's looking for the 12 out of 12, as now another hook is going to land, and Quantum Freak's just desperate to try to find something here. There is no Doran, but you don't need him when you're this far ahead. Peanut will be taken out. Another hook is going to land, and Dudu, he is Aatrox. He is very scary, but I think once another charm comes in, oh, this time is not going to land, but they might still have the chase potential, as just barely is going to get away. No further Q from Viper.
Absolutely stellar. 12 out of 13 kills he was involved in this. Oh, Cuz. He can ult over the wall.
Yeah, I think he'll actually be fine. It's not going to look good for this fight, though, as Peanut is getting on in there. And they're just chasing. I mean, Ondil's dead. The front line's dead. Hama Life Esports just playing with their food. feeling a bit insulted after game number 2, and they are showing that they are the much better team here in this one. He's not really looking to set up plays. He's just like,
the cooldown.
it allows me to land another Q. And it's a good point you mentioned. I mean, the cooldown is so low that you can just throw it out over and over and over with lethality. Varus says,
Oh!
We have kill number 7 on the way. By kill, I mean death. Kind of a unfortunate one for Andil in this one.
It's a support diff. Unfortunately for Andil, the counter pick up the Thresh. We know it can work, but they do have to... Oh.
Oh, Delight missed a hook, though.
Yup.
What does it mean? Is the universe the same? Instead, Peanut's going to be the one that tries to set all of these up. He's going to hit that kick as now Cuz desperate to try to fight this one back. As Bull is just going to be assassinated by Assassin Cassante, of course. And now, the rest of them will go down outside of Andil, who did just respawn and didn't want to go reverse legendary, as Hanwha Life Esports, with that fight, will take the Baron.
As the walls are crumbling for Kwangdong.
I felt like a golf commentator. It's like Viper going for the birdie. All right.
I would love to do...
Let's see if he can do it.
You know, different sporting style. I know Emily Rand at some point did a cast, but styled after figure skating.
Figure skating, of course. Oh, that was beautiful from Zeka. The dash forward into the flash charm, and they are not very long for this world. There's a nice shockwave. Might actually catch Doran, but who am I kidding? He's playing Cassante. He's totally fine, and Viper will go legendary in this game. Picks up a kill. And Andil's like, please don't kill me. I'm just going to run this way. Is he even going to be part of this one? As the Q is going to land here on the Bulldog. He goes down. And Andil is still just hanging out on the east side. Viper is not going to be very nice to him. And will just Q him, flashes forward. That's going to be the end of him. The 10th kill for Viper. He's like, please look at me, media. Give me the votes for the POG. But it's not going to matter. A 2-1 victory for Hanwha Life Esports tonight. And that was it.
Yeah, that's as... Ooh, this is just business. Don't take it personal, as the comms can get. Third game, I think what we were expecting it today, 25 win. At no point did it feel like Kwangdong had any in. And Hanwha Life really shown what they're made of in that game number 3.
Thank you very much, guys. This is here for the POG interview translation, joined by Peanut and Delight on the side of Hanwha Life Esports. Congratulations! Peanut, how do you feel? It was a regretful 2-1 victory, but in the end we were the ones who won, so I'm pretty happy about that. And Delight, although we made a few mistakes, I am still happy that we're able to win. Let's talk about Game 1. Peanut, you played Lee Sin for the first time this season. Was there any particular reason you didn't pick him before, or why you decided to go with him today? I've always been practicing Lee Sin, considering that I would play him, but in the beginning, because of how good items were for the tank junglers, I didn't play him before, but I believe that Lee Sin was a perfect pick for today. Game 1 wasn't an easy one, and it's often said that the team with Kalista should always take early objectives, but Kwangdong Freaks took all the Drakes and the objectives in the end. So what was something that you talked about as a team? We were talking about giving away the second Drake and just taking the third Drake and just team fighting overall as the game plan. So Game 2 was a regretful defeat. What did you try to fix for Game 3? A lot of the objectives and the plans that we had in the early game and Game 2 didn't really work out. So there was a lot of feedback when it came to team fighting. Delight! Game 3. Thresh made an appearance for the first time after a while. And even though he was played in the LPL, there was no play like yours. So what made you pick Thresh today? Because of the latest patch that buffed Thresh, I've been preparing to play him after talking to the coaching staff about it. And your Thresh was like no other. And every time your hook landed, the Korean caster said, "Delight, amen." So how confident are you with Thresh? Thresh was something that I was actually really bad at in the beginning. But I feel like for me now, it's pretty playable. Now, even from the laning phase, you were pressuring the enemy Nautilus the entire time. So what did you think of the matchup between yours and Zeri and Nautilus? I think I was just trying to be aggressive, just trusting my bot lane to trade with me. So Viper actually reached 200 LCK wins today. So Peanut, any message you want to send as a teammate? All right, Viper, congratulations on your 200 wins. I hope that we continue to win until your 300 and 400th win. And Delight, Viper, congratulations on your 200 wins. Clap, clap, clap.
정말 축하드리고요. 300승, 400승 계속해서 이어나가도록 응원하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 이제 다음 상대는 T1입니다. 더 높은 곳을
Your next opponent will be T1.
중요한 경기가 될 것 같은데요.
It'll be a very important match for Hanwha Life Esports. So let's hear your resolution. Any match against T1 will always be important. There are only 3 matches remaining until the playoffs, and I believe that we have a lot of ceiling to reach, so we'll make sure to be prepared. Delight, we'll work hard to make sure that we can win, and this will be the end of the interview with Peanut and Delight, and back to the space.